So what? Okay. I want to talk about unconscious meanings of things that happen. Now, I said when I was a freshman at the University of Maryland, I was arrested and charged with a crime, had to go to court and everything for this, trying to get into a musical concert without a ticket. Now, I'm saying that crime that I committed was me trying to figure out what had been happening to me at night while I'm growing up, and now I'm at the University of Maryland as a student, and things are not working out for me. I'm not finding anything like a woman. I'm not even finding any friends there, and I'm wondering what's going on here. What's happened to me that I'm having a response like this? It's not the person I am. I've always been a very friendly, well-liked, even beloved kid. What's happened suddenly when I get to college? So I try to go into a concert without a ticket. Why did I do that? Because my mind was telling me the reason I was having problems as a freshman at Maryland, of the kind I'm trying to sketch here, was because your American Man of the Year was coming into my room without a ticket. He was coming through my locked door at night, etherizing me with ether he brought home from the hospital and male raping me. Okay? He was coming into my room without a ticket. There it is. And I'm trying to figure it out what happened. I was punished for trying to figure it out. Okay? Now, what happens later in life? Okay? Later in life, I'm going to get help if I can, because I've been called crazy by the man who was raping me at night, okay? And I need help from that, okay? I've been determined by a ridiculously corrupt and evil, fraudulent hearing that I'm crazy as a hoot owl, okay? And why do I look so crazy? I'm given a shot of radiation poison when I arrive at that help place. And here's how I describe the feeling once that shot went into my system, okay? Like a minute after getting that shot, here's my description. No human being can experience this much pain and live, okay? You don't understand, right? Well, I wouldn't expect you to, but that's the pain I was in when I'm declared to be crazy, could not defend myself, and I'm sure I look crazy as a hoot owl. Under the agony I was in from the shot, I was given as help in this help place that I call a mental prison. Now, later I'm going to try to get help, as I've been advised to do, to correct this injustice that's been done to me. And I go to a person in broadcast journalism for the help. What happens to me? I'm accused of harassing this woman. I'm convicted in a court of harassing her. 5 months in the state mental prison, 2.5 years in the halfway mental prison house, and 30 years to follow to the present day as the crazy uncle of America, the nut who went and did something like that, okay? Ostracized. And I say, what have I been in? Solitary confinement for over 30 years. For over 40 years now in solitary confinement, okay? Now, there are some of the meanings of what's happened to me. Now, I want to say that the first girl I kissed in this world, okay, apparently was a Jewish baby, the infant baby of 2 Jews who had been in Auschwitz concentration camp. My mother placed me in the, whatever they call that, the baby carriage of this couple beside this Jewish baby, and my mother said that baby and I, we were kissing each other. Okay? Now, I have no memory of that. The first girl I have a memory of kissing was a girl with the last name of Harris, which sounds like what? Harass, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like harass? Well, she was my next door neighbor. I was 5 years old. She was 5 years old. We're walking home from school. I kissed her on the cheek when we're just about to arrive at our door. Okay, she lived right next door in the apartment next to ours. Silver Spring, Forest Glen, Maryland. I kissed her a few times on the cheek. Then she went into her apartment. I went into ours. I went straight to my room, into my little box of treasures. Got a ring out that I got from a bubblegum machine. Went next door, knocked. Her mother came to the door, and, well, I gave her the ring, asked her to give it to her daughter. Now, what happened there? Here's the unconscious symbolism I'm gonna explain here. Later, this Jewish girl from a Jewish family comes out dressed as a Native American. Okay, she's got like a headdress on and maybe a vest or God knows what. She was in like a costume of a Native American woman, all right? What's the message? The message is, if I want to marry a Jewish girl like her, which is symbolically what I was doing, giving the ring to the mother, I'm going to marry your daughter, I got to be a member of the tribe like her. I didn't even know it was Jewish at that time. So the mother there is telling me, the mother knows that my family is not Jewish, so she's saying her daughter is a member of the tribe of Jews. You want to marry her? You got to be a member as well. Here's the message. Now, if you're not a member of the tribe, it could be you're going to be accused of harassment, okay? Harass. So there's the meaning there. And, well, much later in life, around the age of 65, I converted to Judaism after 40 years of studying Judaism, attending services, studying, a 2-year affair with a Nazi concentration camp survivor from World War II, okay, and other such experiences. I did convert, and, well, before I converted, I went to try to make a wife out of that broadcast journalist who was clearly Jewish, and I was accused of harassment. I was not a member of the tribe, and that's what happened to me. So there's my bizarre, unconscious extrapolation of symbolism there. Okay? And, for what it's worth, I just thought I'd put that into words as best I could, because I do think that this process described by Northrop Frye as nemesis, where there's a righting of the balance that occurs naturally in the world when evil happens. And as a result, the world naturally tries to bring justice back from the imbalance created by the evil done. And I can see this process in my life. So I'm saying now that as an old man, I do believe I'm headed for the justice that's due me for a life wrecked by lies and liars and bullies in the United States. I do believe I'm headed for justice that way. And in keeping with that, the scriptures say, when justice comes, your eye is not to pity. That's all from me for now. Yeah. Bye for now. Okay.